Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 3 of The Expanse. So far, I'm liking the show. I'm not like excited to watch it every single time. There's some shows that grip me right from the beginning. I have been told, not only in the comments, but by my editor and actually by several patients at my dental office, that hold on, it's going to happen. And I think definitely with sci-fi shows, it's really hard to get in there and really care about characters because there's so much science and there's so much space and there's so many other things that have to happen in those shows that a gradual character build is kind of what I'm expecting. Not everybody can fall in love with Spock the first time they see him, right? Oh, I miss Leonard Nimoy. Anyway, um, the last time we were here, the Martians, they got our crew. It's really weird to say that out loud and then be humans in suits and not aliens. So I feel like I'm going to struggle with that until then it's very well established that the Martians are people. So if aliens ever land on this planet, I'll be like, no, they're supposed to look like humans. The OPA terrorist, he didn't give any info to Christian and then killed himself on his way to Luna, which I thought was such a boss move. I am very much on the Belter side with a lot of this. Granted, there's probably bad people on the Belter side, but definitely freedom and independence is something that I'm a big fan of, especially people that are enslaved. Like, how could you not want that for an enslaved population? Still no sign of Julie. I'm hoping eventually we find out where she is and what's going on. I don't think that they would have us invest all this time and energy into somebody that's most likely dead or probably dead or is very much alive. So a little hint that Julie is still around would be great. Miller not only stole her water, but he was able to replay a couple messages between her and her father, and we kind of get that they have a very contentious relationship there. She's living her best life, doing whatever she wants to do and what she thinks is right, and he's not happy about it, and she's kind of not happy with him. I feel like maybe I feel like maybe it's not just a rebellious period for her. I feel like maybe she knows information about something that's probably ignited a fire in her belly. You don't become a radical person overnight. It normally is a slow build, and something really infuriating normally turns you in that direction. And then he mentioned something, not only the father, but then the guy that was working where all the ships are, the shipyard. I don't know what they call it in space, the floating shipyard. But he had mentioned the Razorback and that there wasn't a Razorback listed in their manifests. So I don't know what the significance is of that ship. There was a outfit that had Razorback on it, so I don't know if like she was part of a crew. I'm not really sure what that means. I'm hoping that they're gonna kind of delve into that a little bit more. And he also looked up her dating history, which I thought was really interesting that you could have kind of like an online dating thing, but it's like series dating. I don't know. A lot of interesting characters with a lot of interesting backgrounds, but I'm sure that that's going to lead us in the direction that we need to go. I'm sure she involved herself with people that would get her to her end game, which was to be on um, the Scopuli. Wow, that was in there. I just had to find it. And Amos does not like Holden. I love that like there's these two guys, Holden who is very emotional, shoot from the hip, kind of, does whatever he wants kind of guy, and then you have someone like Amos who's very much by the book, I'm following the rules, and he's only doing it for Naomi. I think he can see who the better person is as choice of captain. I think I would follow Naomi more than I would Holden because Naomi seems like a very strong, sure leader. She keeps a level head. Like she instructs them and then like goes back to work and then realizes that like they're not doing anything and she's like, snap snap, let's go. I think that I think I'm gonna like her. I don't want anything to happen to her. There's not a lot of characters that I'm like kind of excited to get to know a little bit. I think her and Shed maybe are the two that I'm slightly bonded to. Mostly Naomi. I don't. Yeah, so far that's the only one. That's the only one I care about, even remotely. Even Holden. Like if something happened to him right now, okay, whatever. Alex nearly dies of hypoxia until Shed saves him, but then he almost dies of hypoxia. Like, the biggest fear of being in space is not being able to breathe. So like that was like, I was riddled with anxiety during that scene. I'm very much a big fan of being able to breathe, especially in space. And like I said with Holden, like, he needs to chill. Like, he needs to not act so rashly. Like, he needs to like stop, look at the bigger picture instead of just charging forward with his emotions. Like, he attacked Amos for like kind of, he wasn't even saying anything mean about what's her face. Damn it. Amos just mentioned something about Ade, and like Holden like gets all emotional about it. There's nothing wrong with emotions, but like, in times of crisis, try to keep them in check as much as possible. Right? Like, I'm a very emotional person, and I know that I need to take a breath and take a step back, or else I will act reflexively. So, like, Holden needs to find his zen in those moments. But he sends out this distress call, and the Martians either intercepted it, blocked it, heard it. Either way, the Martians have him now, but I don't know if that message was able to get out any further than the Martians, because they had mentioned that they were in range for jamming. So I don't know if anybody can hear this distress call. I feel like there's going to be this moment where they hear the distress call and they know that the Martians attacked the Scopuli, and that the Scopuli is gone because of the Martians, and the Martians have the crew from the night, and like, there's going to be this Cold War that turns into a hot war. Which I just want to point out that it was very obvious that Christian was not only like just very geared towards like, yeah, she's war's coming, but it seems to be like without merit or without a whole lot of knowledge, at least that we've been shown. It seems like she's almost wanting a war. I don't know if that's a thing, but that's the vibe that I get from her. It's not like she's excited about a war, but like, she's like almost sure that it's inevitable, that it's kind of like, it's coming. So my thing is like, does she want a war? I feel like she does. Very, very odd. Okay, guys, we're gonna get into this episode. Are we going to war in this one or not? Did the signal get through? Do we see Julie? Is everyone from the night going to be okay? I don't know the Martians. I don't know if I'm going to like the Martians, but we're going to find out. So let's get into it. And I have a blood donation appointment in 2 hours, so hopefully I get this done in that amount of time.
My name is
Series
Xander,
station.
speaking for the 5 survivors of the Canterbury. Our ship was destroyed answering a bogus.
Okay, well, that answers that question.
It was a trap.
Oh, I instantly got cold chills.
The freighter Canterbury was bound for Ceres Station, Power, when it diverted course to answer a distress call from the Scopuli.
This is how you get people riled up. Yeah, I was wondering about this with him with that succulent cactus. Oh no, there's gravity. I wanted floaty space sex again.
Unse kolting gut.
No, stay calm. Unte kolting gonya gut. Topo triake.
So it's not sex.
Better. Every time better.
I'm a good teacher.
Well, that's cute.
It could get dangerous out there.
Maybe you too.
Well, that's interesting.
There will be no preemptive arrests of any OPA members. They're legal residents of the belt.
There you go.
We will remain impartial.
I like it.
You bust any heads and I'll bust yours. Dismissed.
I like her.
Unless is your team leader, Miller. I don't want to hear it.
Really?
She's the only one you listen to.
The Scopuli is the ship that Holden guy got scooped up trying to save. Julie Mao was on it. All her shipmates were crewed up out of the same dock workers local right here on Ceres. I mean, OPA.
Good riddance to them all.
Oh.
Close the case. Enjoy your tax-free bonus.
I do like that he can't let that go, though. He's not going to let it go. Ooh, that ship is beat up.
Hey, go ahead. Destroy the evidence. Word's already out.
Keep your mouth shut and move.
Holden, jeez. Somebody in the comments had mentioned pure clean. Now I get it.
Hey, get up!
Come on, hey, go!
Can't tell if he's just loyal or in love. I really can't.
Now what?
Yeah, don't hurt Shed.
Easy, fellas.
He's coming with us.
Yeah, I wonder what the whole thing was with the, like, his identity isn't his identity, or
We're gonna die.
I don't think so. I hope not. Yeah, I noticed this is the second episode with a different opening. I really liked the one that was exploring all the locations. Very Game of Thronesy.
And Mars gets the excuse they've always wanted to sweep in and pacify the station.
She doesn't like Mars very much.
Mars could finally cut the cord to
If
Earth.
you want a war with Mars, this will get you one.
See, that's what I'm saying. She wants a war.
And it can't be. Let's just sit and wait.
Unless we have proof, that's exactly what we should be
Yeah.
doing.
Shoot from the hip. Both her and Holden just like want to go into it.
Given the current tension levels.
Hey, you know this guy.
Bubbles.
Frank,
Bubbles. It's cute.
I need a drink, is what I need.
Have two, it's past noon.
Have to. It's before noon. Cheers.
No, I don't know if I'm any fun right now.
You're never fun. If it makes you feel better, you're the best at rolling over.
Ow. She's such a great actress.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Mormons aren't funny, but we have a comedy night.
I know plenty of Mormons, and some of them are very funny.
I can't do it tonight, but I'd really like to check it out. How about next week?
All right, Captain Shadid.
Yeah, if you don't hear back from me, just keep trying.
Will do, brother.
I would never tell people that.
Oh, I see. So you're only chivalrous once I've already got the guy in cuffs.
Hey, your dates are your own business, okay?
What a weird relationship these two have.
Should even shut down my cases.
The cute girl kidnapped side job. You love it when they drop off the port.
I like it to be my idea.
He seems like that.
Think about it. All they need is one false confession.
And I wonder who'll crack first.
Nice.
Shut up.
It's fair, though. He's the softest of the group.
You.
Grimes. They normally don't give us names unless we need to know them, right? Oh, I didn't expect him to take it. What was that?
5 fathers, 3 mothers.
Me, yeah.
8 parents, 1 child.
Yes.
On a 22-acre farm in Montana. Did you know your true parents?
They were all my true parents. Full genetic mix.
What an upbringing.
8 years ago, aboard the UNN Jing Fei, you assaulted a superior officer.
Sounds like him.
Who was smuggling people.
You had no way of knowing that at the time.
But I was right. Earth and Mars have been stepping on the necks of the Belters out here for over 100 years, and I didn't want to be the boot.
How long have you known that Naomi Nagata was an OPA operative?
What?
2 advanced degrees in fusion drive design.
I technically like her more now.
These are the hallmark skill sets of terrorists.
Or really smart people.
Naomi's not OPA. I don't believe you.
You do now.
I don't know what he took, but I want one. That would make life so much easier. Especially in the dental world, because people lie to you so much.
Now you live trapped in Earth or hat.
I'm not looking for a fashion debate.
I mean, it doesn't look good.
Why don't you look around? See what you can find. For me?
Miller is so weird.
This wine came from that vineyard? Mm-hmm. Oh, please don't tell me I'm drinking your pee, because it's delicious.
Our operatives caught an OPA agent with Martian stealth composites. Mars is working with the OPA.
A part of Mars could be working with the OPA. not the entire planet, apart.
The Martians wouldn't do that.
I think you love them too much.
Or he knows them better than you. Shoot from the hip. Damn.
I mean, all that fancy gear, the one thing they don't allow for is scratching your junk.
Yeah, I get junk itch too sometimes. Pretty bad, actually.
Shed,
what
too much.
I recommend to my patients is Uvasol. It's an antifungal cream, and the best thing about it is if
too
you put
much.
it under your tongue, it helps to
He
relax.
doesn't need ball cream, Shay.
It's too much.
Because he's got no balls. The Martian Navy took that away from him when he joined up.
Alex,
Why is he in that suit?
you look very well treated. Yeah, well,
He's a
I
Martian.
flew with the Mars Navy for 20 years before I shipped off on the Cant.
Yep.
Yeah, you see, I served. And I was honorably discharged. There's a hell of a lot more than I can say about you, cowboy.
Woo. Alex, this Alex is way different.
That beacon we found that you found so easy, what if it was planted?
Mm-hmm.
What if it was meant to be found?
Yep.
Planted by whom?
Julie. That's just a rough guess. Her voice was on it.
How well do any of us really know Naomi?
Damn it. I like Naomi.
Oh, hey! What's going on, guys? These men refuse to top up our water tanks. We'll die up there without it.
So die.
Give the Martians their water!
Oh, this guy.
But if we act like animals, it only justify their belief that we are. Treat them the way they should treat us.
It's a good leader. I always forget what this actor's name is, but he's
Henderson.
always familiar.
You wanted to talk?
So he's Dawes. Okay.
Julie Mao.
She any relation to Jules Pierre Mao?
How much are they paying you to find her? I'm just curious to know what your rate is.
He's getting a lot more information than I think he intended.
I think that under that ridiculous hat,
Very ridiculous.
there's a belter yearning to find his way home.
Patron saint of lost causes.
Mm.
I'm all choked up.
Dick.
Other than the money, what do you care?
Is he getting paid for this? Like, I don't think he is. Maybe I missed that. I don't know. Alright, very interested to hear what Naomi has to say.
How is the ice on Phoebe?
Phoebe's a research station off limits to belters.
Belt.
Do you think I'm OPA? What, we all know each other and we're all terrorists, right? I don't believe in causes and I will not be your scapegoat.
Hmm. Is this gonna reveal something?
James Holden. He has no love for Earth.
He's from Earth.
He hasn't been back in over 12 years.
People don't work long-range freight because they love it at home.
Mm-hmm.
Hands where I can see them, please. Who registered the call?
Was it you? Hands where I can see them.
I love her.
It was Holden. He registered the call. You and Holden are working together.
Where's Naomi?
Amos is not the person I'd want to face after this happens.
What did you guys tell him?
To suck it.
Everything. And I think I made some stuff up at the end. I can't remember. I just kept talking.
Sounds like Shed.
They told me Naomi's OPA. Is that true?
Who cares?
Exactly.
They told me that you faked your medical records.
Well, that's true.
So,
Okay.
you okay?
You? Still can't tell anything about their relationship.
You stopped me from chasing down the ship that killed the Cant. Why?
Because you were being a reckless idiot.
Yes.
Sleeper agents. You ever heard of them?
Well, screw you!
Guys.
Human shield. You ever heard of those?
Amos is emotional, but he's like controlled emotional.
Late last night, our routine surveillance of Diplomatic Corps logged an urgent communique between Ambassador de Graaf and his counterpart on Mars. We picked up a spike in chatter between Mars High Command and 9 MCRN facilities believed to manufacture stealth composites.
She started this. She lied to him, and now he's making contact with Mars.
I leaked to de Graaf that Mars was giving stealth tech to the OPA. He did what I thought he would.
Yep.
And since they had to ask, it means that they didn't give it to anyone. Which means that Mars isn't working with the OPA or trying to take control of Sirius.
Oh, okay.
They didn't destroy the Canterbury.
Then who did?
Maybe she doesn't want war.
Someone who's trying to start a war.
Yeah. Okay, I underestimated her, and I made an opinion before I had all the facts. I take it back.
Saying, in effect, that Mars destroyed the Canterbury. This is a lie. The kind of lie that can lead to war. That the Canterbury was destroyed through the actions of Naomi Nagata, an operative of an OPA sleeper cell. Are you willing to make that statement?
No.
That can't be true.
That's the dry plume of a ship decelerating hard toward us. We suspect it was sent for Naomi Nagata.
But why?
Who scopulized movements after leaving Ceres?
I wish we had technology like this.
Whoa,
I like her.
Return to your homes.
You heard her. Get the hell out of here. Go home.
Hey. There is so much going on. It's utter chaos. Everything's getting volatile on Ceres, and then there's Earth and Mars just kind of like having a good time, having their wine.
You know what I love most about Mars? They still dream. We gave up. Working together as one to turn a lifeless rock into a garden. We had a garden, and we paved it.
Yeah. Earth must come first.
What is this come first thing?
I've been banned from Mars for life.
Oh, way to go, Christian.
You said we each get 5 cards. You dealt them out. Then you pointed to the far end of the yard and you said,
whoever gets to the tree first wins.
You dropped your cards and we're halfway there before anyone else realized what was happening.
Change the game.
You will do anything to win. Just like your father.
I get that from her. That is exactly what fuck around and find out is right there.
Come on, guys, it's over. Just go home.
Oh god. Oh god.
Remember the Cant.
I did not see that coming at all. Can we not have any good characters? Like, really? We gotta kill off everybody? Jesus. So nobody's safe is kind of the thing that I'm getting from this. I didn't expect for them to kill him off by any means. Is it Havoc? I didn't see that coming, especially because we start the episode with him trying to learn the language so he can communicate better with them. And when he tries, it's really with the wrong people. They had already had it in their head that they were going to kill him. That's devastating and unexpected. Not as devastating. I wasn't like, like I'm not attached to any of these people. Maybe Naomi. But damn, I thought for sure. I mean, it's only episode 3 and we're already losing like main players. Fuck. I mean, that just tells me to like either A, not get attached to people, or B, the people who are actually trying to do good in this show will most likely get screwed over or they will die. I mean, especially because we see DeGraff get kind of screwed over by Christian. Like, I thought like it was a little interesting that she's like really pushing to have him come over after she kind of learns that he has no information to give her. And then she still finds a way by manipulating him by saying like, oh, this is definitely going to happen. Like, we're definitely going to war. Even though she had just had the meeting with the admiral and they'd said like, no, we need more information first. So she really played on his, love of Mars and really got him to like call them to have them prepare for like this thing or even to like look into it. Like, is this true? And it ended up screwing him over. Now he's lost his home. He can't go back to Mars. And he even tells her, you'll do anything to win. And I believe it. We met Anderson Dawes. I don't know that actor's name, but he's incredibly familiar to me. Like, he's the guy that you see in a lot of stuff, but like you don't really remember his name. And he's an interesting character, and he obviously knows way more about Julie than he's letting on. It's the conversation with him and Miller. It was a little bit of a pissing contest. It wasn't as extreme, but like they're both kind of calling each other out on trying to play on their sympathies and kind of just being like, no. Who's crying now? So then we really see the Martians interrogating the crew members from the Canterbury / Night. And they're really pushing Naomi's OPA, which I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with being OPA, but if you're an extremist part of OPA, that's where you have to draw the line. Terrorism, and I don't know if they're considered just a terrorism group or if it's a fundamental, like we want independence for the belt. If that's all OPA is, or if they are in fact a terrorist group. Like, I'm not quite sure. I don't think it's clarified. Like, are they like when you say like the Nazis? Pretty much anyone who goes under that title, not good. Is that kind of what OPA is? I'm not quite sure. I don't think that they've sold me that OPA is bad. I definitely would like independence for the belt. I feel like independence would be a good thing for them. But I don't see Earth or Mars really allowing that. Mostly Earth. Earth likes to be in control. And Anderson Christian, I mixed that up. And Christian even says Earth comes first, which is so human of us, isn't it? We're so self-centered. Now, I don't know what that little thing is that guy was taking when he's interrogating them. It seems like it reveals truths, but then there's like some things that like I feel like I want to take as truth that he's saying that he's reading from these people. And then there's other times where I'm like, well, that can't be true, or that's not true. But I don't know if it is or if it isn't. And the fact that he's still asking questions and he keeps asking Naomi, like, who decided to answer the distress call from the Scopuli, and like he can't read her. And then, or maybe he already knew it was Holden, but he just wanted to like make her squirm. Not quite sure. It's a very interesting interrogation tactic. Alex being Martian Navy was definitely a surprise. But the fact that like they're scanning them all and then like they're touching their neck and then he just makes eye contact, like, yeah. I don't know if he's infiltrating, if he just wanted to get away from Mars for some reason. I'm really interested to see what made him change his 20-year naval career with Mars to go and be part of Ceres and work on the belt. Now here's the other thing is like I like love Naomi and I don't want to believe anything bad about her. And not that I think again that OPA is bad, but I don't see her as being a terrorist. And they're just saying like her education level definitely is from OPA. I mean, there's belters that are part of OPA that like they're obviously not well educated. They're slaves, like they're not sending them to college while they're forcing them into slavery. So I feel like that was kind of like a weird justification for thinking that she's OPA. She's definitely well educated. She's definitely an intelligent woman. She's definitely a good leader. So I'm still very like team Naomi. I think that she's still a good person. I don't think that she is necessarily behind anything. And if I'm proven wrong. I get pie in my face all the time. And I missed it when like they met the Mormon missionary that they had sent the information to Shadid. I thought it was like really interesting because I was just like, is his name Shadid? It's not. They're fucking with her. I love that. I love a good prank. And we do see Miller find one of the guys that Julie was kind of involving herself with. I'm guessing that it's like a dating thing or like a online dating, but he's dead. And I don't know if he's dead on purpose. I don't know if because Miller is investigating Julie that Anderson is like, hey, we got to get rid of all the people that she was involved with because he's going to know the bigger picture. There's definitely a bigger picture where Julie is included and where Anderson is included. This is where I like me a good mystery. So this is where I'm kind of like, let's get more into that. Because obviously he's hiding something, and now people are dying to hide where Julie is, because he knew who Julie's dad was. Immediately. Like, oh, I don't know her, but she wouldn't happen to be the daughter of Jules Mao. So definitely got to get more into that. And I'm still, I do like Miller as a detective, but the way he is with Octavia kind of gives me the skeeves. There's just something happened between them that's kind of icky, and I don't like it. It doesn't make me feel good. I don't know if we're going to get a history on that, or they just are going to be in this like back and forth kind of weirdness. But either way, ew. And I like it so much better when he doesn't wear the hat. I'm glad that it was brought up by Anderson about how ridiculous the hat looks. Actually, I don't think it was Anderson. It was the guy that was on the I don't know. He was one of the dock workers that pretty much was like telling him, your hat's stupid. It's ridiculous. It is. And he looks better without it on. I'm just saying. Just saying. But if you like something, wear it. I'm just going to point out that it's ridiculous. I really thought that Christian was really pushing for war. And I was kind of shocked when the whole plan was revealed that she kind of manipulated DeGraff into like, calling Mars and Mars looking for all of their stealth technology, that she was actually just trying to prove that it wasn't Mars. Now, I like the way she plays chess, but people get hurt her way of doing that. Like DeGraff's life has now totally changed. It will never be the same. But I do like the fact that she was able to make it to where we know Mars didn't attack the Canterbury, and that Mars isn't behind the stealth technology getting out. It's either been stolen or it's been duplicated somehow, and that the Mars ship. What is the Mars ship? Is the Derringer? Because now we have DeGraff, and then we have the name of the ship. Now the only thing that's in my head is DeGrassi, and I know that's not right. Doringer, something like that. I'm keeping it in so you guys know like how hard it is for me to remember these names. Like names are hard. Names are hard for me. I know like people are like, don't insult your own intelligence, but like a little bit of self-deprecation for myself here is that my brain, while very complex, does not hold things for a very long time. So, that being said, that ship is being followed by another ship, and it is not Earth, it is not Belter, it is not Mars. Possibly OPA, and they're definitely sure that it's coming for Naomi. And again, I don't think Naomi is a terrorist. She might be OPA, but I don't think she's a terrorist at all. And I love how Amos is very much just loyal to her. And I don't know if it's love. I still can't tell. There was a tender moment when she walked into that cell, but I still can't tell if it's love or if it's admiration. There is definitely a difference between the two. Okay, guys, come back here for the next episode. Kind of getting into it. This episode sold me a little bit more. There's a little bit more meat on the bone with this one. I love meat. Don't take that the wrong way. Also, that's what she said. It's a played out joke, but it still makes me giggle. I don't know. Anyway, like, subscribe, Full-length reactions will be on my Patreon. Come back here for the next episode. And in the meantime, I'll see ya. I'm going to go donate blood in 45 minutes. And I'm terrified of needles. But I'm the kind that everybody needs. So I got to do my part. Saving the world. One uncomfortable moment at a time. Bye.